by Lexington Bike Polo. And we're starting.
Live straight away. So first up, we have a fantastic game between Call Me Daddy and Judgement.
I'm Elias Tagami.
And I'm Dante Kurth.
I'm of DC Bike Polo.
And I'm from Melbourne, Australia.
Starting off, first match of this third day of the tournament is Judgement versus Call Me Daddy.
And that would be Judgement in black and Call Me Daddy in the grey.
These two teams met up yesterday in a very dramatic qualifying match to get through here, and Judgement took it by 2. Its final score of 3-1. And there's a penalty early in this match. Let's see what the ref says. All right, ball goes back to Call Me Daddy's side.
Alrighty, so Polo in Call Me Daddy with the ice hockey helmet has possession at the moment. He's waiting for the ref's ready call so he can recommence and play.
Reffing this match is Joe Ristom.
And Polo makes his way towards halfway and crosses over. Moves the pass to Quentin. Quentin takes it near the goal and shot on.
Call Me Daddy is the former world champion, 2-time world champion, and they have a little bit of pride on the line here, having lost
Polo's
to Judgement.
Shot challenged by Birdie.
Bird, shooting opportunity, shoots and finds it. First goal to Judgement.
Absolutely. So, as we were saying, this is a rematch from yesterday, and it's interesting to see how Call Me Daddy adapts their play after losing 3-1. Okay, so Quentin makes the cross now after Polo's crossed the halfway line. He's being challenged by Tyler, but managed to keep the ball.
A little bit of a tangle there.
Keeps up and goes back to halfway. Looking for the drop pass to Polo. Polo recollects. Looking for the shot. And wide right again.
Now,
Polo recollects.
The question here is, can CMD adapt as a five-player squad? And they were absolute world champions in the classic 3v3 format.
And that's Bird's challenge for the ball.
There we are. Ooh!
And off Lefty Will's wheel. Okay, and Polo recollects.
Can't quite get a counterattack arranged there after the block. Tyler of Oakland, California, San Francisco Bike Polo.
Watching the ball very closely.
With the forecheck here. Looking for it. Gets it. Hands it up to Bird. Good collection. Slowing the gameplay down a little bit here. Not jumping on anything too shiny.
Well, as we all know, this is very, very early into these now 30-minute games. Yes. And you sort of touched on it earlier, Elias, but the big question for this World Championship as a whole is how these teams will how all these teams will
and
adapt.
There's a stoppage play. The ball has been lodged into Lefty Will's wheel, and the ball will be returned over to Judgement. Anytime that a ball is removed from play, either off the court or into a player's equipment, there is game stoppage.
Okay, and we have Tyler asking for a new ball from the
Calling
referees.
for a fresh one. All right, going back. It's on the side. These are first matches here of the third day of the tournament. Teams have already had 8 very intense matches, and so getting warm on this third day can be breaking off some of the crust of bruise and ache of already battling really hard.
Absolutely. And so now good to see how they go.
Ooh!
That was a great shot from Polo, but blocked by, I think that's Chris?
Yes, that's Christopher Williams, also known as Goose.
As Goose, okay.
From Lexington. He's a local player. He's formerly of Cincinnati Bike Polo, but now he's been a part of the Lexington club for about a year.
Okay, there's a shot from Quentin that goes wide right, is recollected by Polo, who's keeping that ball in their offensive half.
Cross shot. Oh, and it goes wide left.
Okay, Quentin and Tyler currently battling out for the ball behind Judgement's
ball.
Tyler's
down.
And that's an advantage ball, I think, for slashing. And that'll be
no goal.
Award with an
The penalty was on Call Me Daddy for slashing, and then advantage went to Judgement. Call Me Daddy got a shot off, but it does not count because of the penalty on the team. All right, looks like we're getting a little change up. Oh, nope. The line's staying the same here for Judgement.
Well, I mean, it seems to be working so far. They've let a couple of shots get through, but there hasn't been a goal as of yet.
Call Me Daddy is arguing with the ref. This is a dangerous situation here. They should not be talking to the ref unless they are the captain of the team.
Here we go. I think Polo has been designated captain, so he's now coming up to talk to Joe.
He seems to be upset that the goal didn't count, but this is common knowledge.
Okay.
All right, Call Me Daddy playing down 1 goal. Goose crosses, goes up left wing.
That's Bird with the ball.
Oh, doesn't catch it.
Okay, so you have Goose and Polo battling at the moment when it comes in.
Quinton punches it over to the corner. Lefty Will and Bird fencing it out over by the boards. Trying to get it free.
Okay,
CMD knocks it back over into their corner, collects it really nice.
Quinton cross-court pass to Polo. Bird challenging.
Polo's got a shot. Oh.
Blocked by Goose. Bird passes
Birdie,
it up, off.
Can't get it loose.
Wheel.
All right. A little bit of jammed up situation here in the corner here, and Judgement pulls it down.
Resetting.
All right.
That's one thing I've been consistently pretty
really
impressed by
great discipline.
Yeah,
I mean,
Call Me Daddy's discipline, always.
Absolutely.
Even under pressure, I mean, yes, it is still very early stages in the game, but being a goal down is enough to get a lot of teams very frazzled.
And I'll say that, Call Me Daddy is a team that can play pretty loose, and there's a down
advantage.
dab.
I'd say the call would be toppling.
No call. And they finds it.
The equalizer from Polo.
All right, there we are. 1-1. Polo gets off a small backhand shot near the crease there. Now, the good question here is, can Call Me Daddy correct some of their errors from yesterday? And maybe one of their errors was, honestly, just not taking Judgement serious enough.
Yes.
Because they got their goals up very early in the match versus Call Me Daddy yesterday.
And then just managed to tighten it up very, very well. Now, we've seen a slight change in the lineup now. From
Tyler's crossed through already.
Addison has replaced Bird.
Oh, trying to do something a little tricky here, crossing the line. Didn't quite work out. Judgement back on their own half.
And Tyler with the ball being challenged by Quinton. Addison collects.
Keeping very tight in there. Onto the court now for Judgement. Addison from Boston Bike Polo. Judgement is an assortment of different clubs, players. They're not all from one space. Oh, and Addison loses his mallet, and he goes to shelter the ball. And they're down. And it's advantage for Call Me Daddy. The call is going to be toppling. Shoots, and it's off the post.
And that is going to be recollected by Goose.
Goose gets controlling touch on it and hits it across. It goes into the goal, but it does not count for the same reason that the first Call Me Daddy goal did not count, the penalty carryover.
Okay,
all right,
so Call Me Daddy's
CMD's ball. Here we are.
Now Polo with the cross, Quinton still has the ball. Looking for an option. Looking just to open Judgement up.
All right, here we are. Little shoulder action.
I think one thing we'll notice
no call
is how important possession is to this game.
Yes, absolutely. And honestly, like the having possession and not overreacting to your own possession, and taking risks and shots that you don't need. And
there we go.
Addison goes up right wing, crosses to center. Tyler,
and a beautiful shot from Tyler.
Great shot,
and two bottom brackets.
And yes, 2 bottom brackets, and in those situations right there, it's really crucial. Whoever's goalkeeping needs to be able to see the lane, and I think Polo might have been cutting off Lefty Will's vision there, and so Lefty Will, who's a phenomenal goalie,
yes,
couldn't see where it was coming from.
That's a big shot from Grenada to begin with, but
kicks out
off.
CMD collect. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, and Tyler's hand as he comes down. As he comes down, looks like
he got stuck.
Looks like he stuck into Polo's wheel. It looks like when he was coming down, he was reaching.
That unfortunately is the thing. I mean, bike polo, it is a contact sport, and we can occasionally get tangled up in each other's equipment. But it seems that.
All right, Tyler's coming off court. Probably smart.
Yeah.
Gonna go have that inspected by medical. Coming back onto the court, Birdie.
And we're seeing a change lineup as well for Call Me Daddy. We have Alex replacing Polo.
Yes.
Now
CMD, Call Me Daddy, primarily a team based out of Paris, bike polo, with the exception of Luca, who's originally from London.
Okay, so it's...
And if he's not originally from London, I'm sure someone on The commentary in the stream will correct
Well, I
me.
was going to say, I do think he's actually out of Cambridge bike polo.
Oh, yeah, I
that's
see.
where he cut his
Oh,
teeth.
man. I'm
you
the
see-
worst.
Well, no, don't feel
There
that.
we
I
go.
mean,
Addison coming up left wing.
and it's Bird's ball.
Oh,
Being challenged by
she
both
kind
Quinn and
of
Alex.
bumbles it a little bit. Can't get a good touch on it. Alex with a
steaming
lot
up
of
court.
lot of speed here. Oh,
I think Alex is probably one of the fastest players you can see on court.
CMD has a incredible roster of players with
Very talented individual players, yeah.
In terms of like the bike handling, Alex used to do fixed gear freestyle even before he was doing polo, and so his bike handling is top notch.
Yeah, if
I'd say
Addison
he's
with the ball-
99th percentile in this sport.
Absolutely. Dropping ball behind their goal just to have a safe reset to reevaluate the play. We have Call Me Daddy double goaling at the moment. I'm sorry.
Long pass to Goose, but hard touch on it, and it goes loose.
Alex recollects, drop to Quinton. Quinton looking for that pass to lefty will. Now that's the benefit of having a left and right-handed players. You can have forehand shots from both sides of the court.
Ooh, a little bit of potential interference there by Will. Crosses out, turnover to Cincy Goose. Oh, and he calms down. Thought about ripping it. Let it just kind of simmer instead.
Now he drops that pass to Bird.
Bird
with
gets
the slight
past.
push up, challenged by lefty Will, who recollects the ball. And Quinton safely takes that behind their goal.
Nice little reset here by Call Me Daddy.
Great cross pass to lefty Will.
Oh,
and
just a wall bump pass. Rips. Oh, and it's off
Addison's
Addison's mallet. Great. Mallet goes up into the sky. No call for high stick. Looks like a proximity. Oh,
there we go. So there's a call from the ref there. I do believe it is high sticking, but we'll see. We'll get some clarification shortly.
Yep.
High sticking, there we go.
So there we are. It was called.
Yep. So that is Call Me Daddy's ball. We have Birdie asking clarification from the referee. Okay.
You know, it's really hard in those situations, especially in the crease where the ball pops up and you want to clear it just for safety reasons. And honestly, taking the penalty probably is worth it there.
Absolutely. Okay, and so we have Quinton with the ball, looking for a shot, and right
off
off Addison's
Addison.
front wheel. So Bird will challenge Alex to the ball there. Looking to
Ooh, a little bit
check.
of shoulder there, a little bird strike. Ooh, crosses there. Quinton gets a touch on it.
All right, now Quinton collects that ball, dropping to Alex, but
a little fumble.
Fumbled pass there.
All right, Goose
And
back
Addison
passes out to
collects.
Addison. Addison's up front.
Challenged by Alex.
Oh,
and
there's a advantage for Judgment.
Okay.
And Bird can't hold on to it, and lefty Will comes out of the goal to get it.
And that's a 30-second penalty.
30-second penalty.
Okay, so we have
a
lot of players challenging the ref at the moment. No, and Polo, as the captain, is coming out to speak to the ref. Now, the call is jamming. That's not being disputed there. I do believe it's the 30-second penalty that Alex is being given by Joe.
It was on the drive, so there was going to be at least a shot opportunity. It's
a distinct situational advantage.
Yes. So 30 seconds. Judgment will have a power play situation. It'll be 3 versus 2. If a goal is scored, the penalty is over.
Now, it's important to note at this point that bike rollers, as you said, have changed from a 3-player, 50-minute game to 20-minute game format to now what is generally half-an-hour games. As such, there needed to be an elevation in the penalties we're giving to make it having the same result. As such, 30 seconds have become the norm.
Yes.
And so we've also had a lineup change for Call Me Daddy. We see Luca coming in to replace Quinton.
Yeah.
Okay. And Arnold has come on as well to replace Bird. Call Me Daddy saying they're not ready.
Trying to break up, get in their heads. All right. Arnold creeping in here, looking for a good lane. Essing up. Goose is playing back. Obviously wants to not overcommit and get a situation. Luca is a one-man army and could very well. Oh, and there's a breakaway. Lefty Will, one-on-one with Goose. Anything could happen. Shoots and it goes wide left. That was a scary situation there for Judgment.
Still
a one-on-one is a one-on-one. Any situation doesn't matter. And Alex is back on court. All right. Well done by Call Me Daddy to kill that penalty clock there.
I would say, I think that, to my mind at least, Judgment was a little bit too cautious with that. They didn't exploit the advantage they would have.
No, they didn't. I think that exactly they did not use that power play to their advantage. Oh, and it's another advantage for Judgement there. Looks like the backhand from Luca went wild and took out Addison's wheel.
And that is.
And there's a controlling touch by Luca, and that ends the advantage. Call Me Daddy getting a little bit chippy here. The players who are not really supposed to talk with the ref. Polo coming out trying to advocate for his team here as the captain. Joe Ristom, very seasoned referee, not really going to. He's not going to change his mind on this at all.
No, so
he's
been around the block.
He's been around the block.
And so just to confirm, that call was you're saying was a jamming off the...
Yeah, it looks like Luca went for a hard backhand, and in the follow-through of that backhand, got under Addison's wheel and took him out. I
unfortunately haven't eyes it myself, but I will trust your eyes in this one, Elias.
Yeah, well.
Okay. And that's asking for a new ball.
All right. And Tyler's back on. Looks like his hand's all right. That's good. He's smiling. Big winning smile there. Oh. There's a little bit of talk between players there. Fresh balls in the bottom of the court. Luca is taking it back to his side and inspecting it. Not. Wait.
Okay. Oh no, so I think that will have changed. Yep. So it went to Luca's ball. I think that Joe may have rethought the call and changed it to a jamming penalty or a toppling penalty by the way.
Oh.
Unfortunately, I did not know.
Guess so.
Okay, so we have Tyler recollecting that ball, Luca challenging, dropping to Arnold.
Arnold trying to get through. Luca
hustling hard for that ball. Now Tyler going in
and
recollecting.
Judgement goals is left unattended currently, which is a little dangerous.
And
even
Goose collects.
Goose goes for the backhand. Lefty. Now a lefty goalie is just by itself. it's extra defense because all the shots that as a righty you're going to work on. The angles that you're going to get in the course of a normal game. Shooting on a lefty goalie is shooting on their strong side, and that is just that's just an advantage that Call Me Daddy has had over the years is having a massively skilled.
And that was a great little short pass from Tyler to change the direction of Arnold.
Luca's getting a little flashy here.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, one thing that you do have to admire about Call Me Daddy is they are such a seasoned team and all such incredible bike handlers. But it will play fundamentals 90% of the time.
Tyler down, and he's back in. Ball's kicked out. Center to Luca.
All right, that's Alex's ball going back into Call Me Daddy's half. Now the score is still 2-1, as you can see on the screen. Judgement at the moment.
Ooh, long shot.
Arnold's ball, but
Alex is looking fresh.
Alex
he looks very crisp. He hasn't bumbled anything this morning at all. He's looking the sharpest, I think, right now on Call Me Daddy.
And that is a great move by Lefty. Will just get around Arnold. Shut off.
The southpaw. Oh. Trying to get around.
And Arnold tackles, but doesn't regain
Goose
the ball.
Puts his mount through Lefty Will's 5-hole to keep that ball behind the goal line. And we're gonna have a reset here. Smart move by Call Me Daddy. Ooh.
Cross pass to Lefty Will.
Still well covered. Oh, and they get a cross up. Oh my gosh.
Mallet by Will to stop that cross pass perfectly. Good read. Now Luca collects ball into their attacking half. It's challenged by Tyler. It's challenged by Arnold.
And I'll note for the stream that the scoreboard currently displays 2-1 for Call Me Daddy. That is incorrect. It is 2-1 for Judgement.
But I think we do have the score at the bottom of our screen as well.
Yeah. So if the scoreboard on the stream is correct, the scoreboard over next to the ref stand is reversed. So
we do apologize.
We do apologize for that.
Okay. So
ooh, and there's a hit on the boards there. Lefty Will gets Tyler. But maybe he might have got away with a little bit of an elbow on that one. In bike polo, it is contact, but it should be high and even contact
with no extension.
Yeah, with no extension of the arm. So that was he might have got away with that one. All right, let's see. Tyler goes for a backhand. Goose sneaks in there off the rebound.
Okay.
All right.
No, it's
upfield, right wing. Oh, they've left him alone. No, there.
Tyler, look at that long shot.
I think.
Goes for more careful play.
All right.
Now Alex challenging Goose for that ball.
Oh. Alex. Oh, they're calling it for Call Me Daddy.
Okay, now it's Luca's ball. Drop it to Alex. Alex goes across halfway. Looking with that drop pass to Luca. Luca recollects a challenge by Goose. Still advantage, and
That
now,
ends it.
I do believe the call would have been charging.
Now, yeah, I think that, yeah, it was a hit from the back by Goose, but Alex put him. He kind of took the fall there. It was either it was brilliant strategic body move, or he was trying to get a clothesline off. Either way, it worked out. Fairly
favor,
well.
yeah.
I would say that sort of play is going to get into Judgment's head if they don't create a bigger lead right here. Judgment wanting to basically not get have a fluke prover here. They want to win twice, so it's definitive.
I think that now you would see, I mean, Call Me Daddy seems to be putting a lot more pressure on
Oh,
Judgment
absolutely.
than yesterday.
Yeah, I would say there's more nerves on Judgment despite having the win yesterday. They still have a little bit more to prove, and that's just the way it goes whenever you're taking on a two-time champion team.
And Luca tries to get the shot off, but just flubs that a little bit.
Another little
And
fact.
a big reset home.
I mean, and there's also there's an institutional difference here.
Yeah.
Call Me Daddy is a team that as a three-player team.
It's a fantastic pass from
Shooting
Polo,
opportunity.
and
We
just
can't
off the
close
heads
on
with
it. As I was saying, Call Me Daddy's been playing together for 7 years almost. Ooh, Luca trying to shake Addison. Oh, and Addison's down. Addison dabs. 3v2 situation here. Polo looking for the angle, and he finds it.
Perfect little
right.
shot from Polo.
Birdie was readjusting there, didn't have her mallet in place. 5-hole left open, and Polo knows it. He knew it. He saw that she was going to adjust or change her position. I think it was that she had her rear wheel off of the goal post, and she was trying to evaluate which angle. A little talk here between Tyler and the ref. Not a good sign. Tyler is masterful. He's really high-level ball and bike control. Plays really good when he's got a clear head.
Okay,
so let's
so
see. Here we go.
Addison
Oh,
with the cross.
Addison's doing like a J-hook kind of hockey maneuver here. Oh, bad touch by Tyler. And it's turnover to Call Me Daddy.
So Polo's ball off the boards and steaming up.
Tyler's
Side.
far
Maybe
back.
The pass from Luca. And
now
now
textbook play
that
there.
was a beautiful polo to watch. And once we said once again, that is fundamental polo that we've seen Call Me Daddy do again and again and
Yes,
again.
absolutely. Tyler overcommitted on that, and it looks like Judgment's taking a timeout. Probably smart. Kill the momentum a little bit here. Call Me Daddy now, having retaken the lead, has a little bit more to work with.
So in this current,
yeah.
No,
I think Judgment's a little bit more nervous. I'm reading them as more cautious, not necessarily as controlled as Call Me Daddy in this match. On top of that, Call Me Daddy, once they have a lead, they tend to let their hair down a little and to get a little bit more flashy. So let's see how, and I think that's when they also play their best. I mean, I think when they feel a little bit more emboldened and kind of like a little bit more secure, they start letting out their highest level stuff. Like they're not as conservative themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
We saw a textbook play there. Nice cross in front of the goal, and then just a one-time shot into the front door space between the front wheel and the right post.
And it's important to note that the reason why players stop is we currently have a timeout. So both teams are entitled to 2 2-minute timeouts over the course of the game. And there's 1 minute left in the timeout at the moment.
All right, Luca comes over, collects the ball. Does a little trick shot.
It's wide left, but still pretty good.
Now, that shot wouldn't count. It would be merely a moral victory, but it's certainly entertaining.
So I do believe our camera is currently focused on Judgement at the moment. Now, as we were saying, to give a little bit more context, Judgement is obviously an American team made up of a number of different players from different clubs. Tyler, the Bay Area in Oakland. Shelley from
New York
New York
City.
City.
Addison from Boston, Goose from Lexington, and Birdie from Milwaukee. So they are a menagerie of, of random players, but they're all seasoned veteran players.
In their own mind, yeah.
They're a high octane elite team of players from the U.S. But the downside is they're not from the same club, so they don't get to spend a lot of time on court together. Unlike
Call Me Daddy, said, who's made up entirely basically of Paris players. Because I do believe that Lucas spends most of his time there now. So.
Yeah, who have been playing together more or less for 7 years.
Yeah.
I mean that's incredible. And there's so much that comes with that when you've played with the same team, the same roster for so long. You get a lot.
Now the timeout is ended, so we have play restarting, and Addison with the cross being challenged by Polo. Look at that cross pass to Tyler.
Tyler
off the
picks it up deep.
Drops pass to Addison. Addison recollects.
Ooh.
And looking at the cross pass, which can't quite get it off.
Flubs it, sends it back. It's collected by CMD, lefty Will. Going up right wing. Over to Polo. Polo tries to cross back over to lefty Will. Can't get it back to him. The Polo lefty Will charge down the court. That is a definitive call me daddy play, and if any team doesn't know how to deal with that, then they're toast.
Yeah.
Period.
But so we've seen Judgement do a pretty good job
Yep.
at trying to stop Call Me Daddy's momentum. But one down, they'll need to play a bit more aggressive. When you see Call Me Daddy changing their play style now, they're tightening up a lot more, playing a very tight defensive game, and effectively
they're looking for a good counterattack here. Judgement playing 3 up. Luca hovering around the top of the crease there.
That's Bird's pass.
There it is. Here it is. Here's that counterattack. He sees it. Oh! And Addison blocks it. Oh, but then, and there's a whistle. I think it's going to be on Luca.
Yep, and so the call is mallet on bike contact. So Luca going for the hit Addison's wheel.
Now, Luca was trying what is kind of a rare move to see anymore today, which is he let off the shot, but then to defend his own shot, he attacked the goalie in the last inches before the goal line, hoping to get that shot through. Now, Addison, Eastside Polo player he is, has seen this. And in this case, though, Luca's defense of his shot ended up just going into the wheel. Here we are.
Tyler with the cross, Bird with the ball, being challenged by Polo.
Oh.
Now, Polo,
there we are.
that ball. Addison collects. Big shot off and wide left. Shot off again to finish.
Tries to kick it back out to Bird at the key. Ball's locked up behind the goal there.
And Luca's ball.
Luca walks away with it.
Addison challenging.
Addison hunting.
And Polo collects. Drop past the lefty wheel. Lefty wheel steaming up the line. Being challenged by Bird. And shot off. Wide left, excuse me. And just back to
nice reset here by Call Me Daddy. Takes it back on deep in their end. Bird's hunting. And there's a clean reset there. Bird's still on the forecheck. Lefty Will's passed. Will Polo.
That is a dangerous shot to let Call Me Daddy get off. As you were saying, it's
their formation. It's the textbook. And you'd think, after all this, that a countermeasure would be developed, but they just do it so damn well. Here we are. Nice reset. Call Me Daddy back deep inside. Tyler on a forecheck. Applying pressure the best he can here. Luca gets through him. Hard rip. Goes across. And
Luca to recollect that ball. Now Tyler's challenging very deep here. Luca steaming up line.
Oh, gets past Tyler.
Oof.
Oh.
Luca with a fantastic breakaway.
Birdie visually upset about that goal. She read it, but then just couldn't stop it. She got her mallet on it, but it still went in.
Luca managed to draw both players to him as well and still get that shot off.
Absolutely. And, I mean, there's no chumps left in this tournament, and Luca knows that a small backhand shot like that has to have something extra on it. Oh, and there's a bike infraction on Judgement.
Yep.
Tyler collides in deep right at the edge of the crease there, and it's going to be Call Me Daddy's ball.
Yes, as I was saying earlier, we're now seeing Call Me Daddy play a very tight defensive game and almost surrendering the sort of top quarter of the court back to Judgement. There's no need for them to chase that deep. They're currently 2 ahead. And so they can now wait for Judgement to overextend and then capitalise on that mistake.
All right, here we go. Alex back on the court, fighting it out with Tyler.
And that's Luca's ball, still being challenged by Tyler. And again, he breaks free.
Through.
Big
Far
shot,
rip,
but
wide left into the corner.
wide left, corner goal. Okay, and Tyler
Luca is
down.
starting to get a little bit more physical in this, trying to widen the gap here.
Little scoop
Pops
pass,
it up a little higher. Oh,
I can't quite get purchase on it. Tyler's ball being challenged by Alex. Addison collects. Looking for Goose, and Luca with a beautiful little rad ball to just disrupt that play.
a little rear wheel flick.
Okay, so Luca's ball going behind goal.
And this is what I was talking about right here. And now that Call Me Daddy has a 2-point lead, they're going to do a few things. One, they're going to kill a little bit of the clock, and also they're probably going to add a little bit of flourish on, if only for their own confidence and sake of just getting a little bit more loose. Push things a little higher. Plus, hey, they lost to Judgement yesterday. They want to fluke-proof that situation. Ooh, lefty Will takes Addison to the boards. No call on that. Tyler goes around behind.
Still Tyler's ball and
kicks it
reset
back.
home to Goose. Goose collects, being challenged by Luca. Off the boards, recollects himself.
All right.
Looking for a shot.
Off the backboards.
Wide right.
And he's first to collect his own shot. Back out to Tyler. Smart play there by Goose. Addison
Cross
left
pass,
wing.
looking for that pass to Tyler, and can't call. Oh.
Tyler
Too
gets
soon.
off a backhand just as Luca loses his mallet. Reset by Call Me Daddy behind their own goal, but Addison's already there on the forecheck.
Pressure hard to Call Me Daddy.
Oh, and Luca sticks his mallet under Addison. It looks like he got away with it. Luca, as he was down, trying to get in Addison's head.
Okay, so there's Alex's ball now, and the Call Me Daddy still have the advantage. So Alex is steaming up court, looking at that pass to Lefty Will.
Oh, Lefty
Can't
Will.
quite get the shot off.
Charging into the last moment there. Looking for a shot opportunity. Trying to make it happen. Goose gets a touch on it, but they don't lose possession. Call Me Daddy cycling around.
Call Me Daddy's playing very, very deep at the moment. Okay, now we have Alex.
All right, and that's the end of the advantage. And we'll. Oh. All right. And so penalty was on Judgement.
Okay, and so the call was toppling, I do believe, from what I heard Joe say. So there's 2 minutes left in the game with Call Me Daddy 2 ahead. And Luca dishes the ball across court to Alex for the pass to start play. Off the backboards.
Ooh, it's a little jumbly around there for a second there. Got a little.
Alex brings himself down.
Wacky.
There. Goose's ball.
Rips
Big rip.
Far. Blocked way above the crease by Luca. Sends it off into the corner, and Luca recollects. Luca beats Goose 1-on-1.
Nice.
And
beautiful save by Addison, and then a deflect as well.
The freedom block.
Tyler's ball, big rip,
and
wide left.
Wide left.
Both Addison and Tyler challenging very deep. And Lefty will recollect.
Not a lot of time left on this clock. We are in the last 2 minutes of regulation time, which means that any sort of stoppage of play, a goal, a penalty, will result in a stoppage of the clock.
And a great shot by Will, but off Goose's mallet. Addison's ball, looks at that pass to Tyler.
Luca cuts off the pass.
Luca's still got the ball behind goal. Being challenged by Tyler.
They don't need another goal, so they can kill the clock. Yep, here we are.
Just take it back,
Luca's taking it back to his own half, trying to get him to overcommit and punish him with another goal. Let's see it. Oh, Addison gets a touch on it. It's worth it for the turnover.
Tyler's ball being challenged by Luca. Behind goals. Still challenged by Luca.
Luca comes in. Little shoulder hit there on Tyler. Tyler pass off the boards. Goose trying to collect it. Looks for Addison. Addison trying to touch it. He gets his mallet hooked by Alex, and he can't get the shot off. Excellent defense there by Call Me Daddy. Oh, Addison gets a one-time pass, trying to set up a little wall pass back. Here we are. 15 seconds left in this. Looks like it's Call Me Daddy's game. Perfect way to start out the day of this tournament for the former world champs. Trying to get it free. And a last second rip there by Goose, but it is for naught. All right, players.
Okay. So the end result, Call Me Daddy, 4-2. And that would have been, as you said, a great way to start the day. After losing, 3-1 to Judgement, they were looking to clinch it, try something different. Yeah, so... Oh. So, Elias, we sort of touched on it already, but what do you think were the main differences between the Call Me Daddy that we saw yesterday and the Call Me Daddy we're now seeing today?
Well, yesterday, I thought that they didn't look... Yesterday, they didn't look as cohesive as a team. I thought they looked a little bit more scrambly. In fact, actually, the last 2 days, I remember seeing their first match on Wednesday, and I thought to myself, man, there's a crash every 20, 30 seconds, it felt like. And this is a world championship team with some of the best bike handling you can imagine. It seemed like they had a little bit of the shakes, or just whatever. Maybe it's jet lag. We'll call it jet lag. But it looks like that jet lag's worn off today. They looked really sharp on the court for this first match of Phase 2 of the tournament.
Yeah, I think that's something that people generally forget as well, is that Call Me Daddy, as you said, is a veteran team, is a world champion team, is a European champion team. But in the small time that I've been watching Polo, coming up on 3-4 years now, Call Me Daddy can lose. They're not invincible, and it's generally in the early stage of the tourney where they do seem to, not quite be that super cohesive team that they are at the end of the tourney. And so it's coming towards the end of it when you do see the finals that they do seem to pull it all together and really be that team that we've all been expecting to see. But it is possible these teams lose.
And there could be some showmanship to it as well. There might be that, they're confident enough in their own ability and performance that they are a little bit looser at the beginning because they just, goof off, and they know that they have everything in themselves to make it to that final match. And so they don't sweat how it plays out early, because whether it's an easy road to the final match or a harder route through the bracket, they feel that they're going to make it there. Yeah. And that's a confidence.
Now, I do believe we have a player from Call Me Daddy who's ready to be interviewed by us. I think it's Luca.
All right.
So let's see if we can cut to that anytime soon. But yeah, for the time being, as we've been saying, it's great to see these teams play again, and a very different result from yesterday. Okay, so we're crossing now to Luca.
All right.
Okay, Luca, are you there? Can you hear us?
I can hear you. Where
Fantastic.
Are you?
We are to, I think you're left.
Yeah.
But if you want to look at the head of the camera.
I see you.
All right, yeah, if you want to look at the camera, we'll be interviewing from here, and it'll be all through the screen like a long-distance telephone call.
How are you feeling this morning, Luca?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. We got a nice big double bed. The only problem is Alex is farting on.
You're a bit soft on the audio there, but I'd say you looked a lot sharper. You looked pretty sharp this morning.
Yeah.
Very well rested.
Yeah.
Well,
good.
yeah, you got to step it up on the final couple of days, I guess.
Absolutely. Good. You're being creeped on right now.
By Emmett?
Yeah.
He's always creeping on me.
No, not by Emmett this time.
Oh, this guy.
Yes,
He's much worse than Emmett.
Yeah, so Elias and I were talking about you have previously played Judgement yesterday. Obviously, it's a very different result today than it was yesterday.
Yeah.
Going to this game, were you sort of thinking differently about how you would manage the play?
No, not really. We just had to play our game. Yesterday we kind of got real tired. Changes.
Okay. Okay, so you sort of said that you were, yesterday you were unfortunately being a little bit more tired. You weren't probably playing the game that, Call Me Daddy likes to play as such.
Yeah, exactly.
And so obviously you're probably feeling a bit more positive after that one there, after that win.
Yeah. We got a few harder games today. I think we're playing 5 today rather than 4.
Okay.
Yes, it's a full round robin in your group.
Yeah, so it's going to be a pretty long day. Tomorrow's going to be we're going to have to rest very, very well for tomorrow, I would imagine.
Yeah,
and I announced on the live stream, and I believe I was incorrect. I said you're originally from London Bike Polo, but that's not correct, is it?
That's not correct. No, I'm originally from Cambridge Bike Polo.
Yeah. Are there who else is who else came out of that club?
Josh Mayland, you've probably heard of.
Yep.
Josh Mayland, who played, he was in Florida. Probably last time you saw him, he was in Montpellier. Getting Wild was the team name.
Yep.
Yes.
Hayden Wood as well, you may have heard.
Did you play with Josh at the Dominion Cup?
Yeah, I played with Josh. I played with Josh, Polo, Elodie, and Danielle.
Yeah, that was an absolute cracker of a team. I
That was a good one. That was a good one. That was one of the worst injuries I ever received, but
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Well, Luca, it was wonderful seeing you have a great first match with CMD looking sharp.
Yeah, 4-2 going forward
for Call Me Daddy, and for all other viewers, stay tuned for our next match and of the World Hardcourt Bike Polo Championship.